The University of Cincinnati is a school on the rise, living up to its self-proclaimed nickname as the hottest college in America. Now they have a new leader to keep that momentum going. On the Business Courier front page centerpiece, a sit-down with the University of Cincinnati's new president, Neville Pinto. Pinto is no stranger to UC. He started as a professor of chemical engineering in 1985 and worked his way up to dean of the graduate school before leaving for Louisville in 2011. Now he's back as the school's 30th president. He inherits a student body that's grown to record levels and takes over a school that's investing hundreds of millions of dollars in a campus makeover.
And a lot of change here. And I need to catch up with that. I need to learn about the change. I also need to listen to folks across campus, and from that, figure out what is the collective priority to move forward. And so that will be my task over the next few months.
UC is not only the region's largest employer, but it's also one of the country's top research institutions. It just so happens that research is Pinto's sweet spot. Pinto sat down with Courier reporter Andy Brownfield shortly after his tenure began last month. Andy is here to talk about that interview with Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer. Guys.
Peg, thank you, and Andy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So at the office, we talk about sometimes about how the UC president's job, you can make an argument that it's the most important CEO or president's level position in town, which, you know, in a city with Procter & Gamble and Kroger and Macy's and a lot of other big places may not be so obvious, but there's an argument to be made for that. And why are some of the reasons why this is such an important job that Neville Pinto's taken over?
Well, you mentioned companies like Procter & Gamble and Macy's, and those are gigantic corporations who employ thousands of people. But when you look at the University of Cincinnati, if you include UC Health, they are the largest employer in the region with more than 20,000 employees. Their student body is also the largest of any college or university in the region, with 44,000 currently enrolled students.
Wow.
Like Peg mentioned, they are investing $426 million in the last 5 years alone on campus renovations and infrastructure. And their endowment currently sits at just more than $1.1 billion.
Big school, big deal. So Pinto was just at the University of Louisville after having spent most of his career here at Cincinnati. He spearheaded something called First Build at Louisville. Maybe you can explain to the viewers what First Build means.
Well, First Build is an innovation lab that was done in conjunction with GE. It's not just for students. Anybody with an idea can come and work on it there, but the idea is that people with new innovative things can test them out there, and corporations like GE can foster and adopt those innovations into their own products. Now, Pinto wants to do something similar at UC with their 1819 Innovation Lab, and it's his goal, he told me, to approach every single Fortune 500 company in the region about potential partnerships at that innovation lab.
Wow. And he also, research, as Peg mentioned, research is a big part of what he did at UC when he was here, at Louisville when he was there, and you guys talked about monetizing, commercializing research here. Where does UC stand in that world of research, and how big of a deal could it be?
Well, he said that he wants to place UC at the apex of research institutions, and it's already kind of there. UC is a Carnegie R1 research institution, which means it is in the top 115 out of more than 4,000 colleges and universities around the country. That places it in the same tier as universities like Harvard and Stanford. So Pinto has already got a good foundation for that. But he wants to use the city of Cincinnati and UC's status as an urban college as kind of a living lab to tackle issues around poverty, urbanization, transportation, and it's perfectly situated for that. So
last question for you. With the basketball tournament underway over the last couple days, the inevitable question for UC is there any way it can get into a better conference, athletic conference? It used to be in the Big East, and that was a great place for it to be, but it's not anymore. Did he have any light to shed on UC's future in an athletic conference?
Well, coming from Louisville, he comes from one of those big conferences, right. And he said that, you know, UC's there. He said it's an important thing for a school in UC's strata to be in one of those big conferences, so I believe he's going to continue to push for that.
Well, good. Thanks. It was a great Q&A that you did with him, and I'm sure we'll be talking to him again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And back to you, Peg.
Thanks, gentlemen. And again, Andy's full interview is in the print edition this week.